Well, another race to go. It's Senior X30 qualifying heat C versus G coming up next. That will round out to the penultimate round. Elo Gonzalez, who will be starting this one a little further back on the field on the 4th row. But the engines fire up as the drivers make their way out on the circuit. Let's take you through the full starting lineup here. Bertram Sash and Marcus Luzio on row number 1. Danny Caronini and Sam van der Heijden go from row number 2. Riccardo Ferrari and Christian Biasati round out row 3. They'll have Elo Gonzalez and Matteo Giaccardi on row 4. Lewis Bird and Austin Gale on row 5 from Luca Bertoni and Enzo Menendez on row 6. Alex Machado and Cahal Clark on row 7. Faris Jalil and Luca Horton round out the first half on row 8.
Martin Guiu and Morgan Knudsen go from row 9. Leonardo Longoni and Charlie Glews start on row number 10. Tess Forshaw and Miguel Silva start on the 11th row of the grid. They're ahead of Philip Svensson and Nicholas Simic on row 12. Emilio van Overberger and Torben Gurendal start on the 13th row of the grid. Luis Aguiar and Thomas Van Vliet start on row 14. Marlon Vatta and CJ Bennett will start this one from row 15. And then it's Juan Pablo Girard who completes the 31 runners expected in this one. All of them are out on circuit. Tyre talk. It is easier to go through the drivers who are not running with at least 2 new tyres in this race. Miguel Silva is one on row 11. Martin Guiu is one on row 9. And your pole sitter, Bertram Sash. Those are the 3 drivers and only 3 drivers who are running this race on used rubber. Now, we should note that that may not be overly used rubber. It's likely that those drivers have all deployed their sets earlier on today, but there are a lot of fresh tyres behind the pole setter in particular. You know, he would, I think we'd spare a thought for him if he was a little bit nervous of this one, of that prospect.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Everything's crossed. Toes crossed, fingers crossed. Yeah. The start is key on this one. If he can maintain it there and he can try and get a little bit of a gap away, he should be good. But again, that is going to be a really, really tough race for him right now because, like you say, yeah, a smattering of brand new tyres all around him. We make our way into the final sector then. We pass the red line. No overtaking from beyond this point. And again, the tension starts to build now. This is their last race before their last round of qualifying heats later on today for this class. But let's see what happens. Out of the final corner, we're going to keep it steady, keep it slow as we enter into the tram lines. You have to wait for that acceleration line. You've got to wait for the lights to go out. And are they going to go out? The answer is yes, and we are racing, and it's a great start for Bertram Sash. He has nailed that start, and he has broken away. Caronini's got up into second place, but he's lost the inside line on the exit of it. He's going to try and hold it there on the entry into towards turn 3, and he has held on to it. He's up into second place. There's carts off in the background there. One is St. Eichmann's, one is VDK that get restarted. We'll find out who they are in a moment's time. Elo Gonzalez gets squeezed out wide. Riccardo Ferrari is holding on to 4th place. As down the inside, Marcus Luzio goes to move Caronini off the circuit and rejoins now in P4.
It's getting to that point of the day, that point of the championship where championship rivals are going to leave no space for one another, and that happened right away through turn 7. Luzio down the inside of Caronini, knowing that in his bid for becoming series winner, it is absolutely key in this race that he gets ahead of Caronini's. Van der Heijden's going in there on the Italian, has got the position. So Danny Caronini took the race win earlier on. If he's going to get another one, he's got to fight all the way here. And at the moment, again, he's out of the main line. He's out of the train. Lewis Bird is fighting in there as well. Through is coming Christian Biasate, who's defending a top 8 spots in the IC at this stage. Also, you can tell that it's getting tense out there. Van der Heijden down the inside again. Caronini tells him, push on. I'm not going to defend, as Biasati throws it down the inside of Bird. I think Caronini right now, Anthony, is just trying to get back in the rhythm, trying to not get in too much of a fight, because he can see the likes of Ferrari, Luzio and Sash disappearing down the road.
And this is good for Loris Sash as well, because now he hasn't got an entire grid of karts all fighting on him. He's only got 2 others as Elo Gonzalez uses all the track and more at the exit of turn 12. I'm not sure if he had someone down the inside. He had someone down the inside there. I think it was Luca Bertoni who managed to get through. Luzio is having to defend here from Ferrari. Ferrari not able to get past just yet. And like you say, Bertram Sash looking very comfortable right now. Right, update on the start. It was Emilio Van Overberger and Louis Aguirre that were the drivers that caught out in that first incident. We've also had Charlie Glum retire into the pit lane as Riccardo Ferrari sets the fastest lap of the race, despite the fact that we're seeing Luzio break away now.
Yeah, Luzio hitting it really hard in the early stages of this lap. Ferrari was a bit off the pace, of his own personal pace, to 22.7 last through that sector. In fact, Luzio's just gone purple through sector number 2, so I think he's been given the hurry up, communicating with the team and mechanics at the side of the circuit. Very close run team and effort that he has with his father. Raced through from the cadet levels in the United Kingdom for many, many a year. End of lap number 3, Bertram Sash from Denmark leads this race by just under 0.7 of a second. Luzio there, P2, Ferrari P3. Christian Biasati has got ahead of Danny Caronini in the last few laps as well. So again, it just feels like Danny Caronini, the 100% Danny Caronini that we saw earlier in the season, just quite hasn't been. He's not been here so far this weekend. It's starting to become a bit of a concern. Yeah, it is a bit, because again, he's got a championship on a knife edge here, and again, we're just not seeing that fire in the belly that we would see from the Italian. And like you say, I spoke to him earlier in the weekend, and he said, you know, it's going the way we want it to go, and we're looking forward to it. And he's been focusing on some of the younger drivers. He's been coaching some younger Italian drivers here, and again. It's nice to focus on that, but not focus too much on it, as down the inside goes Marcus Luzio into the lead of the race. Bertram Sash now is under trouble. There's the fire from Danny Caronini down the inside and gets past the likes of Alex Machado, and I think that's Lewis Bird trying to get through as well. So again, as much as he's trying to gain those positions, he's got drivers coming up thick and fast behind him as well. Here though, now Riccardo Ferrari's also managed to get past, so Bertram Sash is down to P3 now, and has he got the tyres? Has he got the tyres to fight this one back? Because these two have got the tyres and they're breaking away. They are breaking away, but I think for Sash, this is where we go almost into time trial mode and just try and manage that gap. Back to that's going to help him. Ferrari down the inside of Luzio to take the lead at the end of lap number 5. Luzio taps on his head to say, think about it. There's still a long way in this one to go. But Ferrari, who had not the greatest of starts to this weekend, had a bad result yesterday in the second round of the heat, is not out of the championship yet. It's not completely done. It's to say the points to the championship will be awarded, will start to be awarded tomorrow. This man from Italy is not giving this fight up. No, he certainly isn't indeed. And like you say, it's great to see him back on fine form, because he was on this form in Franciacorta. And I know a lot of people then at that round were saying, you know, he's a wild card. He knows the circuit like the back of his hand. It's only this track. And when we went to Wackersdorf, yes, okay, we may have seen maybe that was the case because he was right at the back. He didn't really score a lot of points. But here in Belgium at Genk, it's back on it, and again it's showing that it's not just a one-off circuit that he knows. He knows these tracks. He's a quick driver. He's a quick pilot. Now he's got a good team behind him as well. The M2 backed effort with a lot of work from Zanchi Motorsports. Starting to stretch away now from Marcus Luzio there in second place. Marcus Luzio will be sat in 6th place in the intermediate classification if things stay this way at the end of the penultimate round. It'll be Utron on 0, Andy Rattel on 7, Keane Geraghty 13, Calter 14. As we have a look at a replay, this is Austin Gale going toe-to-toe with one of the GGMs. Toe-to-toe, and his toes were he stayed it nailed there on the throttle, and, well, side pod off, and he's out of this race. That was with Luca Horton, and Luca Horton is also in, and I fear that that may be the end of the weekend in terms of hopes for tomorrow for Luca Horton. That is a 3rd retirement from Luca's races so far this weekend. You know, we often say with this format, one result you can deal with, two's a little bit tough, but three, the writing's on the wall. Good move down the inside there. That was Sam van der Heyden getting past Bertram Sash for third place.
Yep, certainly was, and moving up in the order. It's all kind of closed in a little bit now because, well, through as well has gone Biasati, Christian Biasati getting through past Bertram Sash, and this is how it happened down the inside through turn 6. Just a nice move there, and that's just Bertram Sash. Like you say, he's in that conservation mode now. He's just thinking, right, how much further am I going to drop back in this race?
And don't pick up any silly penalties along
the
way.
Exactly.
You know,
just focus to the end.
Just get it through and focus on the last race. There are your point standings on your screen for these qualifying heats. So Uchon's still on 0. We will keep you up to date with any news from the previous race, and investigations, as far as we're aware, in the box continue to be ongoing. Rattel 7, Geraghty 13, Caltran 14, Meerschout 16, Luzio 18. That is a very congested area from Geraghty down to Luzio. That is the whole part of, will it be second on the grid for a superheat tomorrow, or will it be the inside of row number 2? I know we'll have the discussion, as we always do. Where would you rather start? On the inside of row 2, on the outside of row number 1? I think if you Marcus Luzio, you know, the higher up the order you are, it means championship points. So,
yes, that's the main thing they care about.
Yeah.
They're not cared about their grid position for the superheat. They're cared about, the points thing of what they can get at the end of that superheat. This is getting a little feisty now, though. Luzio kind of backing them up into each other here. Sam van der Heyden is under pressure from Biasati behind, Machado from Sash as well. But there you can see Biasati trying to get through. His teammate just behind him, though. He's taking the optimal racing line. He's going to look maybe for a switchback here. He's not going to find it. CJ Bennett, unfortunately, is going to pick up a warning flag in this race. Big send down the inside for Christian Biasati. And he goes through, but now his teammate Machado is going to try and fight back. 2 for 1 through 7 and 8. Thank you very much. Machado up to 3rd.
Love that from Alex Machado. That is classic stuff from the Andorran. Took his time, didn't fully go into steaming into turn 6, knowing there was going to be an opportunity for him into 7, and executed that brilliantly. Through goes Lewis Bird as well. Where has Carinini gone in this race? He's down in 14th. He's down in 14th. There is a driver in the paddock who's going to slightly smile at that, and his name is Finn McLaughlin, because now it looks like the tide is turning. In this round of heats, McLaughlin's going to get a better result than Carinini here.
Yeah, he is. That is, well, certainly a turn of events, especially as Danny Carinini started on the 2nd row of the grid. And McLaughlin a lot further back, a little bit sideways there, holding that inside line for Sam van der Heyden. Bird trying to go down the inside. Not able to do so. Sash still behind as well. We're on the final lap of this race, and Riccardo Ferrari, who, well, over the course of this weekend, he's not had a qualifying heat win so far. This is going to be delightful for him. He's back on fine form, back where he wants to be, and he's doing all right in the intermediate classifications, but like I say, he's got another race to go later on. But into the final corner, he looks set to be another qualifying heat winner here. The battle for 2nd is on, though. Luzio's going to hold on to it. Alex Machado takes 3rd place. Christian Biasati in P4 from Sam van der Heyden in P5. Well, for Riccardo Ferrari, that is the result that he wanted. And again, he will maintain his composure, will maintain focus, because it is a good result. But over the course of this weekend, 1 win is good. It's not the best results, especially after the results he had earlier on, but certainly he can be delighted with this one. The young Italian is back on fine form. Luzio as well, holding on to P2, can be delighted with that one. He promotes himself to 6th in the intermediate classifications. Meerschout, though, to 5th, Geraghty 4th, Ruben Moore was up to 5th, and Lewis Mackie 8th in the intermediate classification. There is a look at the full results then. It's Ferrari from Luzio, Machado from Biasati, Heyden from Bird, Sash from Gonzalez, Bertoni from Longoni, Giaccardi from Menendez, Clark, Carinini, and Vasseur is in the top 15.